Good day students, welcome to zoology class. Hope all of you are fine at your places, and in continuation to my series on kingdom Animalia, today I will take next two phyla, that is the phylum Annelida and the phylum Arthropoda. First of all, I will teach you about the characters of phylum Annelida. So phylum Annelida, it has segmented worms. The phylum Annelida has segmented form. So we can say that annelids are segmented worms, and these animals of phylum Annelida, they have an elongated body and they are metamerically segmented. Metamerically segmented means that their outer segmentation corresponds to internal segmentation. There is true segmentation. So these are the segmented worms, and these segments on their body, they are visible as transverse rings. So basically these are the segmented worms. Now these annelids, they are triploblastic, and you know what is triploblastic means. They are developed from three germinal layers: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, and they are bilaterally symmetrical. It means that they have identical two halves, right half and the left half. And these annelids, they are the first animals with a true coelom. So they have a true body cavity. They are true coelomate animals. And the anterior body segments of these annelids, they concentrate to form the head, and body is covered by the transparent moist cuticle, and this cuticle or outer layer, it is secreted by the ectoderm. And body wall, it has outer circular and inner longitudinal muscle layers which help in locomotion. And for locomotion, in case of annelids, it is done by paired lateral appendages which are known as parapodia. And locomotory organs are absent in leeches, which is also an example of annelid, but it is present in nereis. And the nervous system, in case of annelids, it consists of paired ganglion connected by lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. And the brain, in case of annelids, it is in the form of dorsal cerebral ganglia. Then comes the digestive system, and digestive system of annelids is complete, that is having both mouth as well as anus. And excretion in annelids, it is done by nephridia, and nephridia are present in each segment, and they also help in osmoregulation. So nephridia are for excretion as well as for osmoregulation. Then respiration is cutaneous, means through skin, and in some animals of phylum Annelida, it is by gills if they are present in water. Then circulatory system, it is of closed type, that is it has blood vessels in which the blood flows. And reproduction, it is by sexual means, and sexes are hermaphrodite in some cases, and in some cases sexes are separate. Then these animals, they are seen in moist soil, fresh water as well as in marine water, that is the sea water, and they are free living as well as parasite. So they are cosmopolitan. They are present everywhere, in fresh water, in sea water, in moist soil. They are free living as well as some of them are parasites. So these are some of the characteristics of phylum Annelida. And the main example of the phylum Annelida, this is earthworm. So this is earthworm, and this is nereis, and this is leech. So these are the main three examples of phylum Annelida, and you can study the phylum Annelida with the help of the earthworm, which is a main representative of the phylum Annelida. So this is all about phylum Annelida. Now comes the next phylum, that is a phylum Arthropoda. So arthro means jointed and poda means legs. So the animals of phylum Arthropoda, they are having jointed legs. And phylum Arthropoda, it is the largest phylum of kingdom Animalia. And about two-thirds of all the named species of animals on this earth, they are arthropods. And basically they include all the insects which have jointed legs. And there are about 90,000 species of the phylum Arthropoda. And these animals, as I have said, that they have jointed appendages, and these appendages, they are used for locomotion, feeding, as well as for sensory purpose. And these arthropods, they are bilaterally symmetrical, they are triploblastic, and they are metamerically segmented animals, and they have organ system level of organization, and their body is covered by a hard exoskeleton which is made up of chitin, and chitin is secreted by epidermis, and this hard endoskeleton, it is shed at intervals. And body is divided into head, thorax and abdomen, and in some cases head and thorax are jointed, and in that case it is known as cephalothorax. Then the true coelom, in case of arthropods, it is reduced, and body cavity, it is filled with blood. So the body cavity in case of arthropods, it is known as hemocoel. Hemo means blood, coel means cavity. So their body cavity is basically filled with blood, and digestive system is complete, and their mouth parts, they are very well modified for the feeding habit. And there are different modes of feeding, and according to the feeding habits, their mouth parts are modified. And circulatory system, it is of open type. It means that there are no blood vessels, blood flows in hemocoel, and but heart and sinuses are present on the dorsal side, and respiration is by gills, lungs or tracheal system, depending upon the habitat of the insect or the arthropod. And excretion is by Malpighian tubules, and these Malpighian tubules, they open into the digestive system, and a ventral nervous system is present below the digestive system in case of arthropods. And sensory organs in case of arthropods, they are very well developed. They have a simple eye or the compound eye in some cases. For example, cockroach, it has a compound eye, and so it gives a mosaic vision or hazy vision. It means that compound eye means that there are many cells present in the eye, and they are known as the ommatidia, and each cell, it makes its own image, and all the images, they are overlapped. So cockroach gives a mosaic vision or the hazy vision. And antenna are present for sense of touch or for odor, that is smell, and statocysts are present for the balancing organ. And there are sexes, they are separate, and the aquatic forms, they have external fertilization, while land forms, they have internal fertilization. And most of the arthropods, they are oviparous, means they lay eggs, and some arthropods, they are viviparous, that is they give birth to young ones. And development can be direct, or in some cases it is indirect. So this is a diverse group, and this is the largest phylum of kingdom Animalia, and they are found everywhere. And so these are the some of the arthropods. This is scorpion, this is cockroach, this is spider, butterfly. It means that all the insects are included in phylum Arthropoda, and so this is the largest phylum of kingdom Animalia. So this is all about the two phyla, that is the phylum Annelida, which are segmented worms, and phylum Arthropoda, which includes insects. and you should know that phylum Arthropoda, it is the largest phylum of the kingdom Animalia. And this is all about today's presentation. I have already sent you study material about these two phyla. You have to go through that study material, and if you have any doubts and if you want to discuss something, you can call me or you can discuss it in the class on the WhatsApp group. Thank you.